Hi, Blake with BlvdHome, and today, if you're looking for a washing machine for 2025, we have ranked the top 3, which we feel is the best, and that's based on what Consumer Reports is telling us, but also based on our service history, what we're seeing out in the field as far as our company. So in this video, we'll show you all the key features, and we'll throw in an extra bonus one at the end, if you can afford it, because it is kind of on the higher end side, but we'll throw that in at the end. Our third best choice is this Maytag front load machine right here. Now, this is a great machine. Consumer Reports ranks this about a 79 on the scale of 100. It has a bunch of nice features to it. It's about 5 cubic foot capacity in there. It has a 24-hour hold, which means basically tumbles the clothes every now and then to keep them fresh so they don't sit in the machine and get stagnant. I get a lot of callbacks on that because people say, my machine keeps tumbling on me and it stopped and it keeps flashing all these lights and I don't know what it's doing. My machine is broken, my brand new machine's broken, but it's actually not. They've actually pressed 24-hour hold on this machine. It also has an extra power boost on it for basically for stain fighting. It does agitates differently, it soaks differently, so it helps get rid of these stubborn stains that you have in your clothing. One thing, this is just kind of a side note, come on Maytag, can you put the control board in an easier place to get on this machine? I'm just saying, all the boards of any machine, this is the hardest one to get out. So another kind of negative thing about this machine, if you like using powdered detergents, this machine has a little bit of a challenge because this does have an automatic liquid dispense, which is great and fantastic. But if you like to use powdered, you can't use it in this machine, or you have to put it directly in the machine. It may not go in when you want it. So that is kind of a little bit of a bad thing with this machine as far as I'm concerned, because for stuff like I do, for greasy, grimy stuff, I always use a powder because it has more fillers, it's more aggressive on your clothing. It is something that you may want to be aware of if you're looking to purchase this machine. So also on this machine, people say, well, gosh, you don't have a clean out for your pump on this. You are correct. There's not an easy clean out for the pump on this machine. It is a full metal front. If that's a concern for you, which honestly, it shouldn't be if you wash your clothes properly and you keep the stuff out of your pockets, something that you may want to consider when purchasing this machine. It can be costly if something does get in the pump because you don't have easy access to it, but it's not really a big deal as long as you take care of your laundry properly. You shouldn't be something you should be concerned about. Other than that, it's a great machine. If you're looking at a machine, this is definitely one that you definitely be looking at, just for capacity and the features it does have as far as the hold and the stain fighting features on this is really great. This is kind of a little bit controversial with me, but we're basing on what Consumer Report is saying and what we're saying. So I personally feel it's the #1 machine, but based on our service and what the Consumer Report is saying, they're ranking this as #2. And so I'm kind of putting in that category. We're talking about the Electrolux 700 series. Now we've done another video on this one, get a more in-depth review of this machine, but it is a fabulous machine and I love these machines. This is the 700 series. This is the brand new series. Things that I love about this machine and you should love about this machine, it looks really great. I mean, as far as style, there's not a better looking machine on the market as far as I'm concerned. It does have some great features to it, what they call Lux Care, which is real gentle on your clothing. So if you have delicates in there, it's going to be really gentle on them, and it's also going to clean them also, which is great. This does have stain soak cycles, so you can select the stain soak and it will fill up, let your clothes soak for a bit so you can tumble and get rid of those stains after the fact. One of the best things about this, it does have a compartment for your pods. If you'd like to use pods, this is really the only machine you should be going with because it does have a specific place for the pods, and it puts in warmer water to properly break it down. So when it goes in the machine, it works properly and it doesn't get stuck in your clothes and you have this goopy mess because it got tied into something else because you're throwing them in the machine. So with this machine, this kind of goes along with the Maytags. You don't have access to the pump or the pump clean out in this, and I've talked about this in other videos. It's a good and a bad thing to not have it. A lot of times I've seen problems with it because people take it and clean it out all the time or don't put it back in properly. But this machine also doesn't have it. But again, take care of your clothes properly, clean out your pockets. You should never have a problem with that and not have to worry about having a servicer come out to clean out the trap in this unit for you. This is a little bit smaller capacity. It's a 4.5 cubic foot capacity for this machine. So it's a little bit smaller than the Maytags, but as far as cleaning ability and the way it works and the dependability, this is a fantastic machine. So if you're considering a machine, this would be top of the list for me. Consumer Report saying it's #2, but they're scoring it about an 81. Take a look at this machine if you're considering a new machine for 2025. And now we're down to the #1 rated wash machine for 2025. As you can see, how convenient we have this nice little sticker on this machine too, being the Consumer Reports recommended machine. It does have a score of an 82 according to Consumer Reports, and according to our records and our serviceability, it ranks right up there with it too. This machine is a fantastic machine, but you have to be a little bit techie with this machine. So if you love tech, this is the machine for you, because you have to have a little bit of savvy with these machines. You know, it's great because you have the apps with them, you can see what the machine's doing, you can troubleshoot, it'll give you helpful tips and hints. If you're not really into tech, it can kind of be a little bit of a head scratcher sometimes, because everything is done on this machine as far as on the dial right here, which is fantastic. And I'm a tech guy and I love this stuff, and I love to show customers you can do this and you can do that with it. You have a dispenser on this, you could just put your fabric softener in one and then put your liquid detergent in the other, and basically it will dispense them as needed, and it will give you all these great things about them. You can also bridge them so you can put soap in both of them, but you have to know how to do it. And that's not a bad thing, but if you're not a real tech person, that might be something that might worry me. But this machine is honestly a fantastic machine. It has the turbo wash on it. It will wash your clothes at a very quick rate and actually really get them clean. The capacity on this is about 5 cubic foot, so it is bigger than the Electrolux and the same size as the Maytag. Again, it's not that much bigger that you'd really notice that big of a difference for a family. It does have the allergen cycle on this machine, so if you have dust mites or you have allergies, it will basically get rid of all those things that cause allergies that are built up inside your clothing. But this one does have a clean out in it, where the other two do not have a clean out. So if that is important to you, that's something that you may want to look at this machine for that purpose. It is a fantastic machine. I would say it's a close number one, almost tied with the Electrolux. They are a little bit pricier than the Maytag one is, but they are your two best ones on the market. You could go with either one of them. I honestly say you would be fine with it. Matter of fact, you go with all three of them, you'd be fine. So basically, I would look at what you need as far as what you need for your family and fit your family's budget. You can't go wrong with either one of them. All right, now for our honorable mention. It's pricey. This is a Speed Queen front load machine. Now this machine is built like a tank, and it will last you a long time. It's got great mechanics in it, features to it. It's no frills, real easy to operate, but it comes with a price tag. But this will last you for a long time if you can afford it, because this machine alone is usually the cost of an LG set. So that takes it out of a lot of people's ability to purchase this machine unless they really want to spend the money for it. But this will last you a long time. The things about this machine is it is smaller capacity than the other machines. This has a 3.5 cubic foot capacity. If you want a machine that's going to last a long time, that washes fantastic, you're not going to have to worry about it. You're going to have your home for decades. This is the machine for you. Consumer Reports rates it an 84. I would probably say it's that or better in my opinion, because I never see these machines, and we've sold quite a few of them. The only time we usually go out there is because somebody forgets to remove the shipping, a metal piece that basically sits underneath the front of this unit you have to take out. A lot of people forget to do that because they're so excited about using it. This also does not have a clean out on the front of this, but you do have a bottom panel you have access to. You can take the bottom panel off and have easy access to the pump. This is the best machine on the market as far as a Consumer Report score, and in my opinion, but again, the price is the thing that scares me with this machine. We did a more in-depth review on this particular machine and also the stack unit, which is basically this machine with the dryer on top of it, on an earlier video. Just click the link up here and we'll give you more in-depth review on this machine if you're interested in purchasing this machine. Tell me what you think and leave it in the comment sections about my opinion and what Consumer Reports thinks of this and what your personal experiences are. We'd like to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again real soon.